Hey guys, it's Toasty Fresh, and it's time for another collection update video. Just going over some of the games that I've discovered again and added to my collection. And this time, it's a bit of a heads up, it's going to be PlayStation 2 games only for this one. I'll do another video later on some of the PS1 games that I've added to my collection. And also, I've got a few original Xbox games. So, nothing majorly retro at the minute. I've been collecting pretty recent consoles to be classed as sort of retro. Anyway, I'll get underway with the games that I've got for the PS2. So, I've got 4 here at the minute that were just on one of my visits to Entertainment Exchange. I try and limit myself to only getting a handful of games at a time, so I'm not going around spending huge loads of money. And the first one was The Getaway, which I got, which lured me into spending a little bit more money on some of the other games, because this I picked up for a bargain of 50p. I got it because I'd already picked up a copy for £1, which for some reason doesn't start up and gets stuck on the loading up screen at the beginning. So I thought I'd try again, and since it was 50p, I thought, why not? And it's a good little sort of sandbox type of crime game. I don't know if it's completely, from what I remember, I don't know if it's completely sandbox. I think maybe later on you can have a bit of free, or you can choose to have free roam. But when you're actually on the story, it's a little bit more linear. And it was by no means a Grand Theft Auto beta, but it was an okay game. It's still kind of fun to play. The driving was a bit clunky, not the best handling, but I still had some good fun with this game, so that's why I went and got it again. And I just like that. I just found it amusing how you just have to rest against the wall to recover from bullet wounds in this game. And yeah, it was a pretty solid game, and for 50p you can't really complain. So that's why I picked that one up. And then another game that again I picked up rather cheaply. It was a game that I picked up because it was just cheap, and I just couldn't resist the urge to pick it up. Was Haven, Call of the King, made by Traveller's Tales. I think we've been involved in the Lego games now. And I don't know, it looks kind of like the Ratchet and Clank kind of adventure platformer type game. And it didn't look absolutely terrible, so I thought for 50p I might as well add it to my collection. I don't really know a great deal about this game, so anybody who's got any information and can give me their thoughts on it, hit me up with some comments. So tell me a bit more about it. I've not really looked into it, to be honest. But everything's in pristine condition with this game as well, which is part of the reason I got it. It's got all the instructions and everything in it. And for 50p, you can't really complain, even if it isn't the best game ever created. It's well worth 50p. Most games, even if they are terrible, are worth 50p. And then I went on to spot 2 games, which I just couldn't resist adding to my collection again, which was The Warriors for the PS2. And this game was an absolute awesome game. Think Streets of Rage or Final Fight on steroids, and made by Rockstar. And you got the gist of this game. I think it was a little bit underrated at the time it was brought out, but this is an absolutely amazing game. I don't know if I owned it actually back in the day. I think I actually borrowed it off a friend who bought it and completed it, and absolutely loved this game. And I remember it's taken off the film. I think it was a 70s film made in the late 70s. And it actually inspired me to go out and watch the film, because I'd never really watched it. And I remember some of the iconic scenes and watching little bits of the film. And a very faithful recreation of the film as well. And really, I think it was really well crafted how they did it, and it's just a great game. If you haven't played it for the PS2, can't recommend this game highly enough. It's lots of fun, brilliant, and it's even got a multiplayer battle mode on it as well. For when you're finished, you can make your own custom gangs. But brilliant game. So I'd strongly suggest people to go out and buy this, and it's actually in pristine condition as well. It's got the mat. I think it's got a poster with it as well. I'm not too sure. I think it's a poster and then the instruction booklets. So I just couldn't resist getting that one. That one set me back £4, which I think was pretty worth it. And another YouTuber I was watching, he's just added that to his collection as well. Lifespiller, and he couldn't recommend this game highly enough either. He thought it was a great game, so go out and buy it if you see it. And the most expensive game of that outing was Dekuon. I had to get this game because I remember I had brilliant memories of playing the PS1 original, and I saw this follow-up, and I've seen it around a few times. And I just couldn't resist the urge any longer to pick it up. Made by Genki, who they made some other really underrated games. I think Dekuon was quite underrated for an RPG. On the PS1, there was a lot of RPGs about, a lot of absolutely great ones, but I think it was a little bit underrated, really. They also made Kengo, Master Bushido, which was an excellent game for the PS2, I thought, and didn't really receive much fanfare, to be honest. But this one was a game, along with the follow-up to The Dark Cloud for the PS2, another absolutely amazing RPG and one of my favourite all-time PS2 games. I sort of missed the boat on the follow-up back in the day, and only found out about it later, so I'm looking forward to playing this, because I think from everything I've seen of it, it looks like it's going to be a great game, so I can't wait to actually get playing this game. But that was just one of my trips to Entertainment Exchange, my local one. And I also picked up a little bundle of games, along with some original Xbox games, which I may do a video on them later, from a car boot that I went to recently, which I didn't pick up a lot of games. There wasn't really much there, to be honest. And one of them was what my girlfriend picked up. She picked up this little Crash Bandicoot action pack, which was a multi-pack of games. And it has Nitro Kart, Crash to Insanity, and then Crash Tag Team Racing, which I already have that separate, so it's only for those two games really. But my girlfriend's a fan of the Crash Bandicoot games. I didn't mind them, and I've got the original on the PSP downloaded, but I like it, but I've never really gotten into playing them quite a lot, really. I'm not really that much of a platforming kind of guy, really, on the next gen. I used to play, all the old ones, but it should be fun. I'm looking forward to playing probably To Insanity more. I'll probably get into playing that one at some point. And maybe those are more for friends, really, the Crash Tag Team Racing. I think they're meant to be... I played one of them, the PS1, the first one that was released for the PS1 on an emulation, and it seems like a pretty good alternative to Mario Kart for the PlayStation. So they should be fun. I think she paid about £5 for that. So it's not too bad to say that that costs you about the same just for that one game, I think, in certain shops. So it's not all... I thought it was pretty good value. You may be able to get it cheaper, I don't know. And the other one I picked up, because most of those of the bundle, I paid... This came in a bundle of games, and most of them were Xbox. I think it was 5 games for £6, and 4 of them were Xbox games, and this was the only PS2 game that I picked up, which was Simpsons Hit and Run, because I'd seen it around and never played it, and it was one of the first really decent Simpsons licensed games, I think. I played a few of them, like the wrestling one and the skateboarding and stuff like that. And they were okay, but they weren't absolutely brilliant. But I've heard really good things about this one. So I'm really looking forward to playing it. I've also got the Crazy Taxi kind of game, which I always forget what it's called. I've got that one as well in my collection somewhere. But this is meant to be really good. The only downside is it's platinum. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm not really too keen on having the platinum versions of games. But it didn't put me off. I thought for just over £1, I thought it's worth it. Plus, I saw this in an Entertainment Exchange. And I think that was on platinum as well. And they were wanting £6 for it. So to get it for just over £1, really, if you factor in the other games, I don't think that was too bad going, really. And then another game I got, it was just a single game off eBay. I got Canis Canem Edit, or The Bully, as it's otherwise known, which is a game, another one of those games that people have said great things about, and I've never actually got around to playing yet. Again, made by Rockstar, and they don't make many stinkers, so I know this is probably going to be good. The only downside is it hasn't got an instruction manual inside it, but everything else seems in good order, so I'm looking forward to playing that. And that cost me, I think it set me back about, I don't know, I think with postage, I think it was £2 something, which I think they're selling it for £4 in Entertainment Exchange. So, you know, maybe I could have picked it up for £1 in a car boot or something like that, but to be honest, I still think I got an alright deal on that. The only thing bad about it is it hasn't got an instruction booklet, but I'm looking forward to playing that game. I've already heard good things about that one, so I'm really looking forward to playing that. And then I come round to my latest ones that I got today, actually. Well, yesterday now, because I'm doing this in the early hours of the morning. And these are what I got yesterday now, but at the Entertainment Exchange. And I'll go over the cheaper ones first, because I was struggling, because there's a retro game. I was looking around as a games collector, because some people don't really class PlayStation 2 as retro, and I was racking my brains about what to get. I was going to get a whole bunch of them, and I ended up getting a little bit more of an expensive one, and then reining myself in from buying a whole bag full of games. And the first one that I'll show you is Max Payne, which I picked up for the price of 75p, which I think is pretty good going. It's got the instruction booklet and everything in it. I just had to take a sticker off it. It had been in cash converters as well, so maybe I'll have to check this out, see whether it has any problems with it, because cash converter games tend to be scratched as hell. I haven't really checked it yet, but it's okay. But one of the only bad things is the lady who served me ended up giving me the platinum version CD instead of the original version, because there was a platinum version there, I think, as well. So whoops on that front, but I'm not going to really bother going back for 75p to go and ask her to give me another CD. Again, I don't know, I think they were both originals, so maybe I just, for some reason, it's got the platinum version. I don't know why, but I bought a few other games from shops where that's happened as well, so I don't know how people do that, whether they buy 2 copies of the game, one of them platinum, and get them mixed up. Don't know why you want 2 versions of the game though, but yeah, but for 75p you can't complain. And I did want to play through the Fallen Max Payne, the second one, which I've got for the Xbox, but I thought I really wanted to play through the first one as well first, so that's why I was holding out, and I finally got hold of a copy. I mean, it's not that hard to get hold of, I suppose, but I didn't want to pay too much for it, because I know you can pick it up cheapish. So I went ahead and did that, and 75p is a great price. It's a great game. So the well, I don't know if it was the first game to sort of use the bullet time, kind of slow motion effects. I think it may have been. I won't say it exactly, because I don't know. Someone will probably come out and correct me. But absolutely great game. It might look a little bit dated maybe now, but I'm still going to enjoy playing that like hell, because I still enjoy going back and playing the Fallen Max Payne, which I've had since forever. for the Xbox. Even when I haven't had an Xbox console, I still managed to keep hold of that game. But yeah, that was only 75p, so I thought that was a great little pickup. I also picked up this Soul Reaver 2, which set me back £1.50, but it's in really good condition, and it's got the instructions and everything towards it. Now, I remember playing the first Soul Reaver game for the PS1, so which I think I had it on copy, that actually. I don't think I had that original, but I remember having great fun playing through that. That was another great game. Really pushed, I think, the grunt of the PS1 when it came out, because they did it without any excess loading up, going into some large areas, some large levels. So I had great memories of that game, so I thought this game's probably going to be great as well. Soul Reaver 2. It was a toss-up between that. There was Blood Omen as well, the PlayStation 2 game, but I resisted and I got this one because it was a little bit cheaper, and I thought I'd rein myself in from spending too much, because I only spent, I think on that sitting about, I think it was £11.75. So I'm looking forward to playing this one as well when I get the chance, but I've got so many games, it's just getting hard now to choose which one I actually want to play. And the next game I picked up was another one that was sort of a follow-up. The reason I got it was because of great memories of playing the PS1 game, which is why I got this one, because I've even got it in my PlayStation 1 collection now. Tenchu Self Assassins, which I've got a great game, memories of that game. I think I may have played a demo of this, but I can't remember really playing the game a great deal. But I thought if it's anything like the PlayStation 1 game, it's going to be awesome. So I picked this up again. It's in great condition. It's got everything in with it. And let's just check. I don't know if I've got any advertisements or anything in any of these. Sometimes it's interesting to see advertisements of the games that came out around the time. But no, it's just got the instruction booklet. But everything's included. So I'm going to have great fun playing that one. Again, that one only cost me £1.50. And then another game that, as an RPG fan, I'd been looking round and I hadn't got around to picking up yet, but it's Dragon Quest, Journey of the Cursed King, and that set me back £8, which is quite dear for what I usually spend at the moment anyway on just single games, especially PS2 games, because usually you can pick them up quite cheap, but it's still probably not a bad price. The only bad thing is it doesn't have an instruction booklet, if an instruction booklet comes with it, which it probably does. But it hasn't got one, so that's the only grumble I've got. But maybe I could pick one up cheap on eBay anyway for about £1 or something. And it was a toss-up. They had Rogue Galaxy as well, so it was a toss-up between that and this. And I picked this one because it was £2 cheaper. Plus, this was the one I was more interested in getting, because I've been seeing this game about for a while now in a few different entertainment exchanges, and I never got around to buying it. So finally, I have. I'm a great fan of role-playing games, but I've never played a Dragon Quest before, and I've never known anything about the series at all. I've seen there's a game for the DS as well that I'd seen, but never played any of them, so I don't really have a clue of what to expect from it, except that it looks awesome, and I've heard people saying good things about it. But to be honest, I don't really know a whole lot about it. It's got Square Enix involved in it, so it should be okay. They've gone a bit iffy on the Final Fantasy games, really, as of late. But I'm really looking forward to playing this one. But if anyone's got any information on this as well, because I don't really know. I mean, I think it's the one in a long line. I don't know if it says the number. I don't know how many of these games have actually been made, because like I said, I didn't really know much about it when I saw it. I just saw it and thought this looks cool, but the first time I saw it, I think it had quite a big price tag on it for a pre-owned game, so I sort of held off getting it. But £8 not bad at all, I don't think, really. It's probably going to be a good game. But if anyone could give me any information on this game as well, and maybe Haven, Call of the King, give me some comments, tell me if they're good games, great games, anything you know about them. Or if there's any other titles in this series that I should really look out for. Maybe they'll be mega expensive, I don't know. But yeah, that's been some of my PlayStation 2 discoveries that I've made. Well, some of them rediscoveries because I've already played them. But yeah, so I just thought I'd keep a log of that. So leave any comments on any games that you liked or any other games you think that I may like. And I look forward to making you guys a video soon on the PS1 games and original Xbox games. And anything else that I happen to pick up along the way of my journey of collecting as many games as I can before my girlfriend murders me in my sleep for filling up our house with this stuff. But that's all I've got time for, and I'll see you guys next time.